Welcome back to an interview with attorney Robin Gray. Today we're talking about immigration and how that is personally affecting people in the United States. Again, this is March 2017. It is a fast-moving roller coaster what's happening, but maybe not. Robin, what's your take on the personal immigration issue right now?
Right now, what's happening is there's a lot of, I think I want to say misinformation on social media, the media, a lot of facts that are being skewed by whomever. And unfortunately, it's scaring people. And by the media then telling people they're scared, it's perpetuating the problem. What's happening now is there's no new laws have come out yet. What they are doing is enforcing laws that are already on the books. And problem is some of these laws haven't been enforced in a long time, or you didn't hear about it.
So let me ask you this. As an immigration attorney, you can't write the laws, you just need to follow it. So why were they not pursuing these laws before?
Well, again, somewhat I think they were pursuing, but you didn't hear about it. And then I can answer that question too. During the Obama administration, he deported over 3 million people. Bush administration deported around over 2 million. Clinton administration deported, probably around 900,000. So again, you didn't hear about all that, but that was happening. But at the same time, but I think the reason they're enforcing it now, I don't know if it's to get attention. Obviously, I think it's part of the administration, what they had promised to do. And there's no telling if this was already in the works anyway. I think part of the reason they were not enforcing initially, too, there's just lack of personnel that they were able to enforce it. I think there's bills out now that they're trying to get more workers and such, both on the enforcement side as well as the USCIS side, to help with people coming into the country on visas. I think they're trying to get more help, and that's always been a problem.
So I keep hearing this, it's a mass deportation. There's a mass deportation. As an attorney in this field, what say you?
It's not a mass deportation. What they're focusing on now are immigrants who have committed crimes. And they're also focusing on undocumented immigrants who are here in the country. You've heard, and there are millions. And again, for whatever reason, it's happened over the years. But and they're focusing on the ones who may have committed crimes. They're also focusing on the permanent residents who may have committed crimes. And who don't fit under these waiver categories. There's several categories, even if they did commit crimes, if they meet certain criteria, there's several different waivers they might apply for. To my knowledge, they are still afforded due process. You've been hearing lately about, it was a couple of weeks ago, there was rumors going around, even through the legal community. Oh my God, they're having these massive raids. Ended up, it was 3 people that they picked up, and they found them because they were picking up someone else on a rape charge. So, but that's how the rumors are spreading too.
Right, and you said due process. What does that mean exactly?
I'm sorry. Due process, I'm turning lawyer. It means that you get your rights to the court. Now, there's a fear that some people are just going to get shipped out, and that's always been the fear. That actually happened. And again, this is prior to the election. That happened to a family that I'm helping with an asylum. The wife and children are here, and the judge in Texas just decided, okay, you guys are leaving. So they sent the men back to Central America and South America, and the women are here. It's something that's always been a fear and has occurred. I'm not saying that it doesn't. I mean, there's always been a fight to get someone who's in the court system to give them their fair time in front of the judge, to have representation. Okay. So that's always been a fear. And I think it's more of an increased fear now because they're starting to enforce these rules, what's going to happen.
So, I mean, what should a family do? I mean, you have the mom and dad here for 20 years. They have teenage adult children here. Mom got a speeding ticket, and they're afraid mom's going to be shipped out. What both as an attorney and what can they do?
Well, the first thing I tell my clients, if they qualify and they're lawful permanent residents, get your citizenship. If you get your citizenship, you don't have to worry. You can do whatever, and you get deported. But if they're really afraid, they need to call an attorney and find out what's going on. They can also look up the information for themselves if they don't want to call an attorney. You can go to the White House website. They have the executive orders on. You can do your own research. Don't look at what someone on Facebook is saying or LinkedIn or Snapchat or whatever. I'm old, so I don't know all of them.
But is it in English? Are these executive?
Yeah, they're in English. It's
Okay,
written out.
like not legal talk. I mean,
No. That's what I'm saying. It's not legal talk. It's in English. But you can do your own research. Don't look at what CNN's saying or Fox is saying or any of them. The information is out there so you can read it. And as attorneys, it's our job to follow the law. And again, some attorneys, we may not agree with everything that they're doing, and no one ever does with any of the laws. There's fault all around, with however the law comes out or how it gets enforced, or does it overreach? And that's why we have the court system. Just recently they had the stuff with the airport. It overreached. The courts kind of calmed it down, and some people who should have gotten in got in. It took a little bit, but that's our system. And it does work, although sometimes it takes kind of a funky turn. But they need to do their own, to talk to an attorney. Like I said, it's our jobs to enforce the law and to keep track of what's going on. I keep track every day. I get emails. This is new, or this is what's happening, and some of the rumors end up being true. Some aren't. And so, like I'm here, other attorneys are here to answer the questions. And no one, any citizen, no one should be committing a crime. And I've always told my clients with a green card, you got to keep clean because you're still held to a higher scrutiny. You can, for an example, under the law, if you get a DUI, you can get kicked out. You can get your green card taken away. And that's always been the law. It's just the smallest thing can get you kicked out. And again, that's the way it's always been.
So do you have anything on your website that would be helpful to folks, like a checklist or something that they can look at?
Well, yeah, I try to keep up to date on my website on things that I what people can look for, especially in different categories. There's some people right now are afraid if they do get deported. So if they have children, if the children would stay here. Some states allow you to do powers of attorney to protect the children, and appoint a guardian per se, through a power of attorney. Pennsylvania doesn't allow that. You would either have to do a temporary custody or a guardianship, but there's different things that I try to keep updated. I also practice family law, so it really does, I try to help in that area so I can answer questions, both family law aspect as well as immigration, because the two really do kind of go together.
So to wrap this up, people are very afraid, and you recommend doing some research, going to the White House website to actually read the orders.
Right.
But there is an end to this, right? They can win and be okay and live happily ever after, right?
Oh yeah, I've been successful with some people who have committed crimes. They fit the categories. We've done the waivers, and they're here. They're fine. It woke them up to get their citizenship. Some crimes they can't do it. So, but absolutely, it's not an, oh my God, I did this and now I'm going out forever. And again, it's nothing new.
So if you work through the system, this can be the home of the brave, right? The home of opportunity, correct?
Absolutely. It's going to be the home of the brave, the home of opportunity. Right now, like I said, for whatever, and it's probably political reasons for whatever, or it's just been making the news, or the news outlets have decided this is, going to get them ratings. I don't mean to be so critical, but that's, it could be another reason, why they just think this is getting good attention. But people need to not be so afraid, just to educate themselves, talk to an attorney, get the facts. Everything does keep changing. It always did. And now it just seems, again, to be in the forefront, and, I'm going to say for worse or better, things keep to be changing. So it does really pay someone, to, like I said, talk to an attorney, do their own stuff, but don't worry, don't get panicked, so you can make the right decisions. You can stay here. It's still America, and we still do have courts. We do have systems, and you still can be here. You just have to, know what the law is, and make sure you get your rights, and that's what we fight for.
Awesome. Thank you so much for clearing some of this up. We're going to do a series of videos on this, and I highly suggest you go to robingraylaw.com to find out more information. Thank you so much, Robin, and I'll see you all soon.
Thank you.
Thanks.